go and do an activity so we can see, you'll be able to determine the theme in a short story, okay? First thing we're going to talk about is how to determine the theme, okay? The theme. Ellis, read what the theme is.
The message the author is trying to share with the reader.
It's the message. It's the moral lesson or the story that he wants you, something that he wants you to learn from the story. Okay? And here's these are two good questions or key things to remember when you're trying to determine the theme. Is to ask yourself, what did the main character learn? And also, think about the big life lesson. Remember. Okay, so let's look at what we put for wealth. Okay? Okay, wealth. Being rich. Would that qualify as a theme? What's a theme? Okay, so remember, being rich, it could be being rich isn't everything. That would qualify as a theme. Okay. All right, then we have one that says, money can't buy friends. So do you see the difference between the subject and the theme? Okay, and that's a good theme. That could be a theme of a story. Being wealthy doesn't mean you're nice. I like that one. Money can't buy happiness. I like that one. Being proud of yourself, okay? And being proud of yourself because, okay? Elaborate on that, on how you linking it with will.
For accomplishing the first thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay. All right. So now that we practice one of them, I want you all to go ahead and do beauty, love, and friendship. Okay? Together in a group, think of a theme that goes with beauty. You can really think about stories that you've read before. Okay?
I didn't love pretty much about that. Or beauty to be different albums. So having so you would say beauty, I would say beauty. I need to have that character being mean to everyone. Everything.
You can also think back on stories that you've read before. Okay?
I have limited.
Okay, remember that themes are a sentence. Okay? Let's think about food. Let's see where you already read from the okay, what do you think the theme of flowers was? Okay, so what? Love endured? Maybe? Friendship? Okay, very good, Layla.
I got one for attention.
Is anybody having trouble thinking of themes for these subjects? Endure means it keeps, it lasts, it just continues. No matter what's going on, it still holds on. Okay?
Disney movie.
Yeah, the Disney. They said Twilight. And so Frozen. Okay.
We put Which one's it go for? Love?
Friendship.
Okay. All right, everybody, let's turn around. Let's talk about it. Let's do a little discussion about what you all thought about. Okay? Did you come up? Everybody come back a little closer to the friendship subject. Okay? Are you? You can't buy friends. Okay, and that came from one of the stories that we read yesterday about the starburst and her trying to buy her friends. Okay? Anybody else? What did you come up with for friendship? Ellis, did you come up with anything for friendship? Okay.
Friendship could lead to happiness.
Friendship could lead to happiness.
Because, like, if someone in your family dies, there's friends who could, make you happy.
Okay. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to break back up into our groups, okay, at your desk, and we're going to individually in small groups work on identifying and determining the theme of a short story, okay? After your group has read the short story, it's discussed it and talked about it, then you all will come up and present your findings to the group, okay? All right? So everybody go back to your desk. Okay? What I want you all to do as a group, get together, read it. You can read out loud to each other or take turns reading. And it's a short story. Once you finish reading it, you need to be able to write what is the theme of this story. And we can't just write the theme. What do we have to do? No. What do we have to do? We have to support it with evidence from the story. Very good. Okay? So you can't just guess on a theme. If you give me a theme, you have to be able to put the supporting evidence here and pull that from the story to support it. Okay? All right, let's get started.
Okay, so what explains the family
So, what do you think? So the next night when he returned from another shop, he found a nice delicious piece of lightly browned ham. He lightly browned on the mousetrap.
Very good. Oh, they're doing great. They are doing a great job.
Yes, so it would be he found. So what are you going to be saying now? When you do it? Say it was about a person in the sophomore year at high school. His name was Michael Jordan. He wanted to try out for the basketball team, and we had this. The coach said he was too. I think you need to skip. I think you need to actually read the thing. That's wrong. What happened in the story that leads you to believe this? Well, you're trying to. Okay, how are you going to put this stuff on here? Whenever you read it. Well, when you sing, because Mrs. Mary.
Okay, Dave, you're going to have to see. Are y'all finished? Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do, each group will come up and present their findings, okay? You need to give your group a brief reading of the short story that you all had, because everyone had one that was different, okay? So someone needs to read the story, and then you need to determine the theme and tell your classmates how you came up with that theme. What evidence did you use from the story, okay? And we're going to let group one go first, okay?
my wall prospered for many days on nibbles of my lunch. I'd pack a meal before bed, and while I slept, he would take small bites of my lunch, which I left on the counter. He'd take a cracker crumble here and a bread crumb there, but he wouldn't take too much, and he'd always clean up after himself. Things were going quite well for him, and I didn't even know he existed until he got sloppy. One night while I slept, he ate all of my chips and left behind a big mess. When I awoke to this sight, I knew what happened to my chips. So the next night, when he returned for another snack, he found a nice, delicious piece of cheese, lightly balanced on a mousetrap. Now I don't have to share my chips anymore.
Okay?
We have 2 thieves. The first one is being good thieves isn't always best, and the second one is thieves should not steal.
Okay, and what evidence from the text did you all use to back that up?
The evidence that we use is